The main thing that people want to know about this thing is, does it really download and stream stuff faster?
But I can tell you the answer to that right now without having tested the iPhone, because I've tested a bunch of other 5G phones. And frankly, it's not worth the hype. I mean, that is the situation we're in right now. The carriers themselves have a hard time explaining why you need 5G on your phone. Now, 5G has a great, exciting future. We're going to get all these great new technologies, or it's going to unlock these new technologies like 4G did. But on the smartphone, what exactly do you need that faster speed for? We need Apple to answer that today, and we need them to answer how they're intelligently thinking about 5G on the phone. Do you always need that 5G signal? And where can you get the freaking 5G signal?
That's the question, Joanna. Will consumers really want to pay to upgrade for 5G? And that's my question about paying. There are going to be 4 different phones. What are you anticipating in terms of the cost of these phones? It sounds like one is smaller, a mini, then you have a maxi. Where are these phones going to fall in terms of pricing, in terms of size?
Yeah, I mean, on the 5G point, the carriers have said they're not charging more for 5G. So good thing for consumers there. If you've got a current plan with Verizon or AT&T or T-Mobile, you're going to still pay the same. But yes, on the phones, you're probably going to look at, and I think this is going to be the most interesting thing we see, is where does the new iPhone mini start at, right? Does it start at that $650 or that $700 price point? Does it bring up that iPhone or 12, the sort of the current iPhone 11 mark, because you're going to have something below that? And so can Apple stagger the prices all the way from $650 all the way up to, $1,200 on the Pro Max, which then can be all the way up to probably $3,000, $2,000. Then the other interesting thing that Apple always does is they keep around the older models. So we obviously will still see the iPhone SE on shelves, which is in that $500 price band. And that mid-tier phone section has been huge in the last year, not only for iPhones, but also for Android phones. So I think we'll see a smattering of price points.
Of course, it'll be really interesting to see how they address the pressure on consumer spending right now and how much people are going to be willing to spend. But also, are you expecting anything in terms of new trade-in policies? And do you think we'll hear anything about services or anything else other than the iPhones, which I know are the star of the show?
Yeah, I think there have been some reports around a new trade-in program. A new program that we have been hearing is called the iPhone for Life, which is a very funny. We should all have T-shirts that just say iPhone for Life. So there's been rumors around that. On other products, I think accessories are something we shouldn't play down. Apple has gotten people in on the iPhone. They can expect upgrades on the iPhone. That's the sort of recurring upgrade cycle. But on accessories, I think that's an area where Apple can keep pushing. So we talked about that wireless charger. Sure, you pay already $700, $800, $1,000 for a phone. Why not pay a little bit more now for a new wireless charger? And then what about a new HomePod mini? That's $99. All of those things keep you into the Apple ecosystem, keep consumers in the Apple trap.
Joanna, I worry that we're whistling past the graveyard here, because Apple's market cap is above $2 trillion, partly on expectations of a 5G iPhone. And you're saying 5G is not going to deliver. And so what is it that Apple has to do here to perhaps enable this super cycle that so many people seem to be expecting? People were saying last year Apple needs a 5G iPhone. This year, maybe they're delivering it too early. So is there something pandemic-wise, better video conferencing, anything that this phone you think can deliver that'll make people buy it in droves?
Well, I think design is a big thing. So the super cycles are usually driven by a whole new design. Now, I don't know if enough people are going to go out this year, in a year where they're trying to cut spending, and say, I want that brand new squarish looking iPhone because it looks so cool and it's got new colors. But that is one area, I think, a new design, along with the 5G, along with some new camera tricks, along with a new, better screen, new charging tricks, that might be altogether a compelling package for someone to upgrade. Is 5G the reason? I really don't think so. And I will say that firmly, as I've said right here. I think on 5G, one thing to bring up is I'm talking about the U.S. market. I live in the U.S. I've tested all across the U.S. I've tested a lot in my area here in New York, New Jersey. And I don't believe that 5G is a reason to upgrade. But I don't live in China. I don't live in Europe. And those are places with 5G rollouts that have been more advanced and have come along a lot faster.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.